Hello, everyone. Welcome to Join Lang ng Join. I'm Myrza Sison, and I'm so happy today to finally have on the show our guest for today. It's been a challenge because he's such hot property. One of the nicest and smartest actors ever, who, in case you didn't know, is a summa cum laude graduate of English literature from the University of Guam. Did you know that? Everyone, please welcome the star of GMA's Oh My Love, Mr. Benjamin Alves.
Good afternoon,
Hello,
Mirza.
hi
Good
Ben.
afternoon, and to
How are
everybody that's
you?
watching. I'm good. I'm good. Really doing really well. Yeah. How are
You
you?
like my background? It's supposed to be sunset at Tuman Bay in Guam.
Okay. I was wondering where. I was like, oh, okay, that looks familiar. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, if it is, it really is like that every day. Every
Really?
day. Yeah.
Would you say it's better
Mhm.
than a Manila sunset or a Boracay sunset?
Well, for me, it makes me miss home. So I don't
Oh,
know that. I don't know if that's better. But
right,
I think we have good sunsets here as well. It's just
right.
may dagdag na siya pag nakikita ko lang. Yeah. By yourself.
Uh, so that summa cum laude tag will forever be part of your identity. Sorry. Is that
Mm-mm.
hard to live up to? Like, are people saying, akala ko ba summa cum laude ka?
Uh, uh, well, there was a suggestion for me before was to not say it so much because I don't know. I don't know. This is a long time ago, but I guess it's to if it would tend to alienate people, which I completely
Right,
disagreed because I mean, I worked really, really hard for that. It's not like,
right,
uh,
right.
so that one that's because of that. Like I really worked hard for that, and for me to, I don't necessarily want to flaunt it, but um, it's something to aspire to. It's something that I set. It was a
Right,
goal. It was a goal that I set before I
right,
started college. I don't mind. I don't mind if it makes
right.
people listen uh, to the things I want to address. Then yeah, I really don't mind it.
And you actually finished your degree in only 2.5 years, right? How
Yeah,
on
yeah.
earth did you do that?
A lot of reading, a lot of overloading. I think the regular load is four. I took six, sometimes seven. I did, I don't know, from 2010 to 2012 of May, went straight because thankfully we had an intermission for our university. So during Christmas
Right,
break, you can take at least three classes, which means you're like you're taking a 4 month term into one
right,
month. So that's every day. So basically, introduction will be on Monday. By Friday, you already have your midterm basically, and that was three
right,
classes. So I wanted to make it possible for me to come back to showbiz.
right.
And yeah, again, the main reason why I kept the grades up was because college would have been free. It would have
Oh,
been, yeah, it would have been such a relief. I mean, I'm sure my parents would have paid for it, but it was such a relief for them that I didn't college late, and then I didn't want to have to burden them. Like I chose not to go to college right away, then have to, burden them with that. But thankfully, they
wow.
didn't have to. So that really was the
That's
main
amazing.
reason. And then my sister, familial, ano na rin siguro, sister, was valedictorian for her class, the
Oh,
year that I
wow.
went, yeah, the year that I went into college. So, ayun, sabi ko, "Ah, okay." Ganun may, I was the last one to graduate. Sabi, ganun na pala yung standard.
What a
Because my brother
smart
was,
family.
well, working would be the term. So,
Do you mind maybe letting a little more light in because you look kind of
sige.
in the dark? So maybe just
Oh,
there. Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah.
fine. Great.
Okay.
Daylight.
Ayan. Okay.
Right. You have a lot of fans tuning in. They're saying, ay, napakagwapo nyo, Mr.
Maraming salamat.
Alves.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello to everyone on Kumu.
Hi, hello everyone.
So, how are you? How was Boracay? How long were you there? And
Um, it was good. It was good. It's nice to, it's really nice to be able to travel again and to see. I haven't been since they had the rehabilitation and then the pandemic happened. So it
right,
was really a different Boracay to see. Same. same smiles you get from the people in Boracay. They're doing the best they could for in the situation. It was nice. We
Right.
were there 6 to 9, but then when January 8th, I was ready like, you know what? Sayang yung swab test, so we must can we extend? So we were able to extend. So we were there for a week, one week
Oh
straight.
wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Was it?
And it's also because you've been away from each other for quite a long time. Do you want to tell us about your long distance situation because of your lock-in tapings?
Yeah. It kind of strange to say because it's long distance. We was only what less than 10 kilometers away, but because of
I know
the,
the
the, situ-
lock-in.
the situation we're in, that was impossible. So sorry, my dog is
Oh,
being.
is that
But
Nala?
yeah,
Can we meet
yeah,
Nala?
yeah.
Hi, Nala.
She was gonna just feed
Oh
on
my
her.
gosh, it's so cute. What's
Yeah.
her
So
breed?
Bichon free.
And how long
Yeah.
have you had her?
6 months. 6 months. Oh no, sorry. She's 6 months old, but we've only had her for maybe 2 months, 3 months. Sorry, she's literally
Right.
just hold on. Okay, she made a boo boo on the bed. But yeah, it was cool. That's why actually that's why we went to Boracay because I wanted to make up for Chelsea taking care of the household. We were also on the process of moving. We only had Nala for what less than a month, and then I had to leave. So she took care of the house, so to say.
Oh, okay. Looks like lock-in shoots are now the norm. What's it
Mhm.
like? I mean, describe your typical daily schedule. Do you have free time or are you like maximized for work the whole
Uh,
time?
well, they've we've since had really good implementations for our work hours, making sure that we stay our health top priority. So we didn't wanna they don't make us work um, longer than 12, sometimes 14, but then the rest in between that is good. Um, for us, we have to if our call times, I tend to wake up at 4. I end up seeing Lovi at the gym. There's a makeshift gym that they basically gave us their ballroom, and we had to bring our own gym equipment there. So I'll see her there at 5
Oh,
a.m. Workout till maybe
wow.
6:30, depending on the location. Usually our locations on the at the hotel itself. So
Right.
yeah, so
Right. And how
it
big
was
is
great.
how big is the
Sorry.
bubble? How many people? How big is your
Um,
bubble? How many people are in the bubble?
I think we're 150 in the there's two resorts that we go to. Both in lockdown, even the staff. So I think 150 in our side, in their side, so 300. But yeah, again, you see the same people. It's great. The accommodation, the people that work at the hotel are always in good spirits, and everyone, especially even with the talents, you kind of get this camaraderie and from like a family, so to say, because we have
Right.
Sundays off, so we have Sunday service. We'll have picnics. So
Okay.
it's nice. It's a nice. From the 8 months we were stuck at home. It was you're stuck somewhere else, but again, we're all doing it for the possibility of everyone else being able to come back to work.
Right.
Being getting we're
Right.
basically the not the month test subjects, but this is the step in for everyone to come back to work. For everyone on that are high risk or are having any apprehensions.
Work, it gives them a chance to see it first, see if they'll do it. So it's been good. It's been good.
Right. Right. And then you have time to indulge in your passions like reading
Mm.
and writing
Mm.
poetry. What happened to your poetry? You used to post
Um,
poems like daily. What happened?
I still read. I used to have I still have them. I was told to not that I was told, but I have it. I have a manuscript for all of it. I haven't written in a while, but I think because ano naman yun eh, for me, I think writing is like what a phase, but you basically if if you write about it, I write about experience. So if I've written about, or I feel like I've saturated my experiences into writing, then I have to go experience life first before I can write something else.
Right.
I can't keep going
Right.
writing. I will have a hard time keep going back to the same memory and trying to dig from that, rather than trying to just experience life as it comes, and then maybe somewhere down the line write again. I haven't stopped reading, but again, I'm more into what, again, because of the medium that we have. I see
I'm flashing some of your
there's the
poetry.
poem.
Do you plan to
But yeah,
publish them in a book
again,
someday?
we were in talks maybe 3 years ago, and then I don't know. It kind of fell apart, I think, or it just didn't materialize. So to have them, but then ako kasi ano I don't know if other people are like this. When I write and then I read, a certain time has passed, I read it again. I tend to cringe at my own
Right.
work, or
I
or
think
to
that's
be
every
over
writer.
judgmental with it. So a hypercritical. Like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Because when you write, like, oh, ang galing, ang ganda, ganda. And then when you read it after, like, oh my gosh, thank goodness this isn't cemented any somewhere. So
I think that's
I don't
every
know. We'll
writer.
see.
So
But
you're
again, I sorry.
you're this book that I'm flashing, you're actually part of this book
Mm.
that Summit Media published
Oh,
before, right? What
yes,
is
yes, yes.
your contribution
Mm-mm.
to this book? Is it poetry as well?
Yes, poetry. I think it's something two selves. Yeah,
Oh,
I growing up. So if anyone has a chance to pick up that book, that was a really good compilation. I think other people from the industry have also contributed. I think Jasmine and Lauren, I think, are
right.
part of it. So it's nice to see other actors put a different hat on.
Right. Any plans to
Hat
write
as a
songs? You've often said that hip hop and rap
Sorry.
are you've often said that hip hop and rap
No.
are like poetry.
Mm. Uh, yeah, yeah. I think um I didn't have to come from that. I think I said that because you want to see it 50 years, 100 years down the line,
Right. Right.
what we're looking at from like Shakespeare, uh, you know, years ago. That's basically their pop music. That's basically
Yes.
their pop. You know, what I mean, the
Right.
pop culture for. So when I see it, someone 100 years from now looks at our generation. That would be called part of the tradition. So that's
Yeah.
where that comment came from. Now, again, we talk about the English tradition, about Shakespeare and all that stuff. That's because that was in their time.
Right.
Uh, that was considered their pop culture. So
And then 50 years from
this would
now,
be ours.
TikTok will be an art form.
Again, I know I'm never the type to resist change. It's always nice to see, and then also to see what's coming, and then to see how it's sustainable and how we'll see it 10 years from now. Or when you think about it, maybe 20 years ago, people would cringe at the fact that how did you two meet? Facebook or email, and people would like, huh? That's so unnatural to find somebody through the web. But now that's literally the norm, especially now.
Right.
So that's
So
the
I'm
way I see
flashing your TikTok with Chelsea. What is that like? It's
it.
very
Yeah.
cute. I'm sure it
Uh,
got a lot of
uh, yeah. There's a part I don't know. But yes, I guess that's the top, the best of the best. So hindi naman kami nag-away. We still it was fun. It was fun. Again, I'm still in the process of trying to find how TikTok will work for
right.
not only for my brand but for myself. And I think this would be the best avenue. I think there's another challenge we wanted to do was the trying to lift each other. So we'll see, see
Right.
if it works. Because I
Right.
mean, the dancing thing, it's entertaining. Dance challenge, it's entertaining, but I really can't see myself doing it. So who knows? Who knows?
And I'm sure in the thick of studying for your degree, did you ever think that you would be a performer? I
Mm.
mean, I know that you wanted to go back to the Philippines and pursue a career in
Mm.
entertainment, but
Mm.
uh, I don't know. Like, what do your fellow English lit majors think, or does that even figure in your head? Like, I'm sure they're all very proud of
Yeah.
you, but it's so much like worlds apart, right? Especially
Yeah.
when
Yeah. Yeah.
like if they ever saw this.
Uh, I mean, I still keep the same Facebook the same Facebook I had in college. So that's
I
blunder.
did a little
But
digging up.
again, yeah, yeah. But again, I managed to keep it pretty discreet during my
Oh,
college days. I
really?
think
Oh,
only towards the end they find out that I was actually before I went back to college. So I don't know how
so
they take it. They find it
you
funny.
were
My friends actually, what people find more funny is the people I was in my old basketball team in high school because
oh,
like
okay.
sobrang the stereotype is super jock, super hindi talaga about the art. So they find it really like they still can't get used to the fact that they see me crying on screen. So
Oh
that's
my gosh.
ano yun. That's you can quote them on that. Like where
Right,
yeah.
right.
So they still find it funny.
Was it hard for you to transition? Like, suddenly you had to be a hunk and show your hip
Mm.
bones and your abs. And was it hard for you to do, or is it like
Uh,
innate in you to perform or show off? Or did you have to adjust?
I don't know because in Guam that's pretty it's pretty. I think that the other picture was from Guam. It's pretty casual there. You can walk around our Tumon Beach. Even go to
Right,
the hotel. But not my shirtless, but you can if you
right.
wanted to. It's really not. It's pretty relaxed. So it's just different because you're getting paid now. So I guess that's the only because before you
Might
really.
as well,
I mean, I
right?
really is. You literally drive without a shirt on
Right.
in Guam because it's so hot,
Let's
and
backtrack.
literally.
Go
Mm.
ahead, go ahead.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I'm good. I'm good.
So let's backtrack to your childhood. Were you actually born in Guam, or did
Mm.
you move there when you were young?
I moved there when I was young. I moved when I was 6.
Okay.
I went to some. I had some schooling here, and then my dad had taken up a job there. And they moved us a year after. So,
Right. What was growing
but
up
most of
in
my schooling
Guam
was
like?
in Guam.
What was growing up in Guam like?
Growing up in Guam.
Yeah.
Um, when I realized I wanted to become an actor, it was maybe around third grade. So I really had it every time we
Oh,
would come
wow.
home
Third grade.
to
Okay.
vacation here. I would want to. Yeah, I would want to. I always for but I never got any. I was auditioned for theater, but I always end up getting lagi on open sa art dep because no one gets turned down. Basically, if you audition,
Oh,
you'll get some response. I always end up being in the art department, so never on stage. So maybe I was still too shy. So again, it was hard because I wanted to come back. But then I technically, well, I wasn't ready. I wasn't of age to be here by myself. So it was Guam is it's relaxing. It's nice to be around family and be so close to friends. But
right.
what I wanted to do for myself, it wasn't yeah. The thing I wanted to do could only be dealing there in Guam. So especially during that time, wala pa naman YouTube and that sort.
Would this guy's
Yeah.
influence have and would this guy have influenced you to be an actor somehow? How are
Yeah.
you related to
Yeah,
Piolo Pas-
sorry, I missed that. How am I
How are you
related?
related to Piolo, and how much of an influence was he
Oh,
in your ambition?
yeah, my dad and him are cousins. That's actually the first time I met him when I can remember. Like I can actually talk to him 'cause before that, I think I was still too young. That's actually the first time I met him. Like, I actually talked to him. I think a few days later, we went to watch him live. I already had an inkling that I wanted to do it, but seeing him do it, seeing him up on stage, it's like, okay, this is something I really wanna. I can finally get into because I think this is the year that I was almost graduating. So I think a few months after this, I graduated, saved up money, and I came back. This is a while back, a long time ago. So yeah, he's still a. I would consider him my a mentor to me. I still go to him every time I need to ask something. He's great. He's always been giving. He's never um, not put an arm around me when I needed it. So yeah, he really is. He's really family.
Is it hard to follow in his footsteps? I mean, he's achieved so much, and I'm sure he's kind of like a peg for your career. How hard is it
Mm, mm.
to do that?
Well, if you try to, it would be very hard. But I never, I never tried to. I didn't. Again, he. I think he's pretty much everyone's standard, because of the of his longevity and just the right choices for his acting projects. It's never been um I don't know, a burden. I don't think it's just I look up to him. So walang ganun eh. Walang I have to meet uh his standard or I have to surpass him. Parang that's never been my mission. I've always looked up to him, and even if for I if there was a time I ever surpassed him, I would still be looking up to him. That's the way I see uh PJ.
Right. Hope you stand by for a while. I think we lost our Kumu connection,
Okay.
so just stand by for a while
Okay.
I try and fix it.
Sure.
Okay, hang on.
Okay. Let me know. Just copy on the. Yep. Cool.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
Sorry, we
All
got
right.
cut off for a while.
No worries.
Right. So let's talk about Chelsea. How long have
Mm.
you known each other? Actually, you said that. Is she there? Hi, Chelsea.
Yeah, but I'm on my speed. She just got back from COVID test. She's going to Coron
No problem.
2 days from now. I would love
Oh,
to.
okay.
While I go into taping. Yeah. I've known Chelsea. How long? Babe, uh, I met Chelsea in college, 2010. Uh, that long ago, but we never really got connected until what, a few years ago, 2019. Yeah. But again, I've known of her. Actually, the funny thing is when we first moved to Guam, we were neighbors. I didn't know
You
because I was
were. Oh,
like what, six.
wow.
She was like basically apartment. The first apartment the apartment that we moved in was the apartment that Chelsea's family owned. So basically, they were
Oh,
staying there at the time. So her mom and my mom know each other from that. So again, but we never really got connected until yeah, we just went what
and then,
or
and then what happened? How did you get connected? Reconnected?
uh we went boxing one day, and then that was
In
it.
Manila
Yeah, it really
or
was. I mean, I don't here. I want to sound smooth and give you a romantic story, but really, it really was like that. I just went boxing one day, and then that was that. It really was that. You really don't, you know.
right?
Yeah, and then it's been what, a year and a half now. So since then.
And then you captioned one of your first pictures together and said, "It's the timing." What did you
Mm.
mean by that? And is it indeed the timing?
Yeah, because I think the first time I met Chelsea, like really meet her, was backstage at the ano bang ano yun? Ino Soto. She was the
Oh,
funny thing is
wow.
for that fashion show in Guam. Yeah, it was a fashion show in Guam that she headlined, and it was like a bridal fashion show, and she needed a groom. Dapat I was asked to do it, but I don't know what happened. I think they decided. Well, basta hindi nangyari. I was supposed to be uh to do the walkway with her or runway. You can tell I'm not a model. The runway, but I ended up seeing her backstage. I saw her backstage. I said hello. I then I that was the month I went back to school, but she graduated already that same month. I saw her maybe once or twice in college. She was taking up business. I was in a different building, but I've seen her a few times there. But that was the semester I went in. It was the semester she graduated, so I didn't get to see her then. And then I think she came back here 2011. Yeah, she came here 2011. I came 2012, and then yeah. I
And what
mean,
do
we
you,
see each other. I know that I grew up from Guam, but
and
again,
then
timing because
what do you think made the two of you click? And looks like it's so far so good. And what do you
it's
think
great.
is
It's great. Timing. Yun nga, it really is the timing because I don't. I think if we connected back then, uh, I don't know where it would take us because I still again when I say timing, it's like um I still wanted different things for myself back then. Uh, I still had a education to finish. She was finishing her, so that wouldn't have
right?
probably worked out. She still wanted to come back here. It really just works itself out. You in again. Yeah, good. It's
And
fun.
what do you love
And
about
again,
her? Careful, she's right there. What do you love about her?
uh, independent, uh, um, close to her family, especially her mom and her mom. Uh, she has her own thing going, which is great. Uh, and I guess she's headstrong. I like someone that's uh, I don't want to say yung for me kasi arguments aren't arguments. It's more communication to grow together. So I'd rather have that than total silence. Like I'd rather we talk it out, even if we argue, even if it ends up we end up shouting or
Right,
whatever. But that's the only way we get to know each other. As long as we're not fighting about the same thing every time, I think it's
right.
healthy. But if you're fighting about the same thing, then yeah, obviously there's an issue there. But we haven't had that, so there's growth for the both of us. So yeah, that and yeah, just looking at me.
And maybe it takes a sense of maturity also to
Yeah.
um for both of your careers and the demands that the careers
Mm,
entail,
mm,
right? Like
mm,
especially the circumstances right now. Would you say how
mm.
big a part does maturity play in your relationship?
Who was I speak? I spoke to somebody about this. Like the quarantine really kind of yung magkakaalaman na kayo, like because you we were we were dating for what 8 months, and then quarantine happened, so we had to not naman we had to, but we decided to stay together for the 8 months. So wala
Right.
talagang ano, you really have to grow, and we were staying at a condo then. That's a small space na you can't just walk out and you really gotta push through it. So it's been good. It's been great.
Sorry guys about that.
Right.
Some kind of a problem. Hi Nala. Nala will save the day. Does she have tricks yet?
As she does, I have a Instagram for her. She's pretty clever. She's a smart dog. So she's just restless now because ano siya, KSP eh. Every time either Chelsea and I are on the phone or looking at the TV, she'll try to get. So yeah,
How many followers does she have?
300. Yeah, Doing good. We're doing pretty good.
300. Wow.
Yeah.
So what's up with you now besides Oh My Love? You want to tell us about Oh My Love and your other
Mm.
projects?
Well, for now, we're in a few days. I'll be going back into taping for My Love. I think we aired February 15. So, but when we go back into taping on Thursday, the rest of the series, it's a good story. It's nice that we're getting new content from GMA, despite what we're still in. This is actually the funny thing is we're gonna end taping day is March 9, which is our first taping day
Oh my
pre-pandemic.
gosh,
So
no break.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, like
yeah,
1 year. Okay,
yeah.
wow.
One year ago. So it's nice. It's a light show. I think they'll see a different side of. Hopefully I offer something different from the other roles that I've done. It's a little lighter. And it's really geared towards educating people about finances in a slice of life kind of way. So
What role do you play?
I play Doc Migs Alcancia. Well, I'm a yeah, I'm a doctor there, and I also hold a web show. Parang ganito.
Oh,
Tawag Alcancia
okay.
talaga. I'm a doctor slash financial advisor.
And
And
then Lovi Poe plays what?
Lovey plays Sensen, who's parang jack of all trades, who just doesn't quite have the means to get out of debt. So every time she's getting out of it, something like reality happens, something happens to their family, so she has to again go borrow money. So our paths cross because some family event happens that I'm a part of. So and then it's yeah, I'm indebted to her because of it, and she's indebted to
Oh,
me because of it. So
right,
without giving
right.
too much, and then again, typical, not naman typical, but like most rom-coms, eventually kaka-developan, and then yeah.
Right.
Uh,
So, is script writing, since you are a
mm,
writer,
mm.
is script writing, is there a possibility for you to be a script writer someday? I mean,
Uh,
having been on both sides of
mm.
um, the scene.
It's interesting. I don't know what story I'd be able to tell.
Right,
I'd like to be in the creative process of coming up with a show.
right,
The
right.
script itself, I don't know because again, it's not something it's not easy. It's difficult. But I think as far as like when I read the script now, I can try to see how the shot's going to be made, what's this
Mm,
scene trying to achieve. So thankfully for this production, they're very open with their dialogue between actor and production. Uh,
right.
like we can suggest what scene is missing, what scene kasi yun nga parang sa ano kasi for teleseries even with movies, if you don't see the sequence, it doesn't exist basically. You can't
Right.
unless there's so there's some sequences that I feel like my character or another character needs to develop their arc or to show the audience. Nakikita ko pero writing, I don't know, seems
Or
seems
maybe
difficult.
directing. Are you interested in directing?
I think more so I like editing better. I like
Editing.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think I don't know. I don't know if I'm a handful on set, but I can see the hardships of a director or an assistant
Right,
director
right, right.
managing talent. Um,
Are you a film buff? Do you watch a lot of
yeah,
movies? And what
I
are
tend
your
to
favorite movies?
I watch more films now than actually reading. I think I find
Oh,
it more
okay.
enjoy. I find it
Interesting.
more enjoyable. But yeah, favorite film is and actually anything from Tom is my favorite actor. Shia LaBeouf,
Oh,
anything from Shia
really?
LaBeouf, I'm always a fan of. Yeah, I'm waiting for Shia LaBeouf to have Robert Downey Jr. film na para
Oh,
makabalik.
okay.
I think you get
Okay.
what I mean because of Robert Downey from Chaplin,
The
and then
very parallel lives.
yeah, often misunderstood during a span of their career, and then I think you'll
Right.
have it. So we'll see. But
Right.
yeah, I tend to watch film as a student. I watch it twice as a fan of the film and then as a student of the film, seeing why certain shots are done, why this is
Right.
the reaction that they chose, why the scoring, bakit
Right.
ito yung
Right.
yeah. So
Right. So what are you
yeah,
currently watching now? Is there a series that you're watching? I've noticed that you like K-drama.
yeah. Well, uh, it's nice because I think our shows in the Philippines are somewhat not naman emulating or making it better. Ganun na yung
Right.
trajectory because everyone
Right.
the majority of people have access to these shows now.
So it's
Our palette here locally is geared towards that. So I think we're
helping
offering something
uplift the
different.
standards, maybe, right? So is it true
Well, I
that
don't want to
they're
say we're
really very
uplifting
well
and
written? Go ahead, go ahead. You don't want
sorry.
to say. You don't want to say.
No, I mean I think our standards are pretty good, but again, we have to get. You always want to get better. I think
Right.
I mean, the times are changing, so I don't want to say because for I was I'm part of
Right.
that industry. So yeah,
What is the
the script writing
what is
for
the
K dramas is
really good?
go ahead. Good. Sorry.
Sorry, the script writing for K-dramas.
Um, yun nga, people will see like when I first watched it, parang it's fresh, it's new. But then when you watch a lot of the K dramas, that's kasi yun ang parang knock sa atin lahat eh. Like for our local soaps, parang may formula na. But with drama, they have a formula as well.
Right.
We just haven't had the
Right.
filter for it. Now that we see a lot of it, you can kind of see okay, may formula sila. Backstory is always in the middle. Pero may hidden sequence na i-reveal later on. So that those are also for what we're getting criticized for. They have their own formula
Right.
as well. It's just for us. It's different because we're used to a certain formula.
Right.
Again, we're adapting it. I like their shot. I like their lighting, which we're achieving now. Yeah, again, ang pinapanood ko ngayon is Startup. For everyone who seen it. It's really good. I like it. Ako kasi, I tend to fall for the K-dramas that have a family angle or a friend angle.
Oh,
Pag yung
okay.
mga lovey-dovey pag yung love, ako fan ako ng Crash Landing. Pero what really got me hooked with it is the camaraderie between the North Koreans and Captain Ri, yung North Korean soldiers.
Wow.
Yun talaga na gano sa akin. So, yeah.
Wow. Cool. What about indie films? You mentioned before that there's a possibility for you to play for a biopic on Quezon to be made starring yourself. Is that still a possibility, or are there any plans?
I think it's still in the works. Again, the better person to ask about that is Direct Gerald. Um, I know from the last time we spoke, he's reading up on it. For them kasi takes years. It takes a few years to come up with the
Right.
script and then another year to do casting. Um, that from the time that I auditioned for Henry Luna, that's the plan.
Right.
Uh, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
And I'm looking to in some way. But again,
Right.
I can't. I'm not really the one. But I look forward to completing the story of Quezon where we started from Henry Luna. And again, just to get back into itong Bayani universe, it seems that if we can have it, if we had the money and the luxury to do it every year, ang ganda. So
Right.
parang Marvel na every year may bago silang pinapalabas.
Right.
So
You strike me as a very patient sort of guy. And when I did my research, I noticed that when your father passed away,
Mm.
sadly, a few
Mm.
years ago, you
Mm.
realized that he was a content kind of
Mm.
guy, and it's
Mm.
kind of an kind of not contentment is really you said not really uh, a trait that is what's the word? It's an underrated trait because
Yeah,
it's
I was
actually
just gonna
hard to
say,
be
yeah.
a content human
Mm.
being. And how much of that has changed you or maybe helped you with your patience and helped you
Mm.
become more content about what life gives
Mm.
you rather than what you want out of life?
Yeah. Oh well. Again, when growing up, kasi being young, you kind of want a lot of things. You want everything. You want.
Right, right,
Parang so I was still too young to understand what my dad uh uh parang kasi sa akin from my eyes back then it's complacency. I don't
right,
not say I judge my dad, but yun nga people tend to look at contentment as complacency. Like now you're just being
right,
complacent. You can
right,
have more because meron ang
right,
ganito na you're always chasing this never ending race of getting more. Kasi yun yung ultimately will make you happy, but really it's it's a never ending race. So
right,
it took me a while to realize na uh, yeah, it's really hard to achieve, and then he achieved it very early on, even when I was young. Because I remember I telling the story like, Dad, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. Growing up, I think before joining showbiz, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that, and you know, you don't really without. Hello, I think we disappeared again. Hello.
yes, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, okay,
Still
yeah,
here.
but again, oh,
I was
sorry,
just
my
putting the
bad. It was
spotlight
abroad.
on your face.
Okay. So, yeah, uh, I always saw this, uh, parang his, his contentment as complacency. But later
Right,
on, when when I'm a lot older, it really is hard to achieve, and he's very patient. And I think what I really got from him was, um, I say like starting out in showbiz before, you always wanna use self preservation. You wanna make sure that you last. You wanna there's longevity in your
right,
career. So it's almost the it's almost always inward progression. You wanna make yourself better. But after his passing, I realized that longevity only really happens if you put yourself out there. You really make yourself available for the next generation or whoever needs your help. Because before, parang it's like I don't have time to people. I have to take care of myself,
right,
which is very I don't want to say selfish because to a certain extent that's actually uh, necessary naman. But I find myself now uh, listening or trying to connect a lot more rather than making sure na I take care of myself first before I take care of others. Um, so yeah, so that's I only have uh, that outlook because of my dad, who was always everybody when my dad passed away. That's the thing that they told me about my dad was that he's always there. He's always present. He's parang I I never heard anything bad about my dad. It's always like he's giving. So
right,
and it's always and my dad was never he wasn't like wealthy. I meant he's giving of his time, of his service.
right, right,
So yeah, again that's what I try to live by now.
right,
Uh, Again, there's a certain healthy level of trying to uh, attain success or trying to achieve things, but uh, contentment really has to be there. I mean, I know that I
right,
want to achieve or accomplish things not to make me happy because I'm only achieving that because I'm already in a healthy state of mind.
right,
So
right. And that's why you said once that money has never been your driving force
yeah,
for happiness.
yeah. I mean, it's nice. Ano ba yung saying the money doesn't buy you happiness, but the pursuit it pays for the
Right,
pursuit or whatever. But
right, right,
again,
right,
hindi kasi it really is. before when I was young, I mean, you grew up in Guam or in the U.S. That's really the capitalism is really it's ingrained in you that you have to be rich to be happy. So um, I again, it's hard to talk about money because I'm in a good place. I don't want to say now, you don't
Right.
need money because I really that's really super tone deaf and insensitive to say because a lot of people are, have it really hard and would really be in be in a better state because if their finances are a lot better. So,
Right.
but again, you only need so much, I think, and
Right.
as long as your needs are met, I think I can be.
Right.
Why all the toys are still all the toys I would not are fun. I would still be pretty good.
And
If
speaking of money, you during the
mm,
pandemic,
mm,
your business House of Roses was born.
mm.
Tell us about it.
We found trying to come up with something again. Itong pandemic it makes you want to create things, and we found that there's because of the pandemic na parang there's no way to connect to people. You cannot go have dinner with somebody in the beginning stages. So we found that there's still open for roses or for
Right.
flowers
Right.
to connect to people. Parang yung budget mo for a dinner, this to show your appreciation, or you just want to send a message to somebody, to connect to somebody. So we found that meron pang room in that market, and thankfully we've been pretty good. This interview could not have come at a better time because marami pang
Right.
Valentine's
Because
Day.
yes,
So
please invite everyone to order
yeah,
from House of Roses.
again, I mean I don't want to hard sell, but to the guys, to the ladies, or to anybody trying to send roses, the only advice I can give you is if it's not from us, get it now. Get it from somewhere
Right.
now because of the situation nga now, you cannot reserve a dinner, or if you can, it's uh, limited lang. Uh, the roses again, the shipment for roses are not as abundant as it was a year ago, so you guys have to do your
Right.
orders now. If not from us, again, it's good business for the whole market, for the and flowers market na to tell everybody to do your orders now because uh, there's a limited supply. If there was a limited supply if kung may limited supply last year and the year before that, it's a lot more limited now because uh, of the situation we're in. So do it now, guys.
Right.
Ako nag-order na. Likom.
And it's great how your friends in the industry also have been helping you promote, right? Who are
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
people who have helped you? I saw Solen
Every
holding the
Solen,
flowers.
yeah. Solen, Rhea, Janine, Lovi. Actually, it's been yun nga yung pinaka nakakatuwa dun because you ask them and wala. I mean, they just sure, man. Like you really see like okay, even uh the months that we haven't seen each other, you can still count on them when you need them. So I really
Right.
consider the people that we've connected with and have asked are really my good friends because I'm indebted to them in that sense because they don't have to do it, and I know the fact that a post from them uh, will put me under because of their budget, but they didn't ask for anything. They happily said
Right.
yes and did it for
And in
free, which is
general, I think it's
wonderful.
amazing how Pinoys have come together to help each other, right?
Mm,
Whether supporting the
mm,
frontliners or helping
mm,
small businesses.
mm,
What else have you realized during the pandemic about life and about
mm.
Pinoys, and what are the most important epiphanies that
Well,
have struck you?
ito nga like the moment that we get a chance to travel again to the US, I think the first thing me and Chelsea will do is go back to Guam. I
Right.
when I think about it, I live here with my mom. I mean, I see her. I
Wow.
get to talk to her. I get to talk to her on digitally, but to see them and again for my nephew Noah, who's 5, turned 6. That's a big gap.
Oh,
A whole year is a big
right,
gap.
right, right.
I literally will have to introduce myself to him again. So that time is, it really is it's precious, and you don't have a lot of it. Again, I lost. I don't want to say I lost, but the time is something that you cannot get back. And you can, so that year of being able to see my mom, being able to hug her, nawala yun last year. So hopefully we get to do it this year. But again, because of the situation, you want to connect more. I tend to talk to my mom more now. I try to listen to her because again, she's alone or my sister's at the house, but she's alone most of the time. So I really have to make sure that that like I say, you're the son, so you don't really think about your mom.
Right. Right.
You don't
Right.
really think, you're used to them thinking about your well-being, but the table has turned years ago, but more so now. Uh, how is she mentally? How is she dealing with things? Because it's only been the pandemic. At least before she
Right.
can go with her friends, go out and talk, have lunch or have dinner. She has her church services that she keeps herself busy with. But now, you being at home, having to, you know, she still stays in the same room. Those are the things I think about. Yeah, those aren't easy. You can't just uh, ignore it. Na parang, I mean, that's pretty tough. If
Right.
I had to, again, yeah, yun yung mga
Right.
makes you more sensitive to those things.
Right. Wow, Chelsea's one lucky girl. The way you talk about your mom and care about your mom is such
Mm.
a great indication of
I don't know if she's. You got to ask her that.
Okay, we'll ask her next time. So, do you have a
Mm.
message for all your fans and followers?
Well, I hope everybody's doing, and I hope last year is something that we can all um, climb out of, or something that we. I hope there's lessons learned from last year, implement this year. And if you guys have any time at home or any time free, please watch our show, February 15. I think we're putting out great content at GMA, including ours. It's something to be normal again. It's a
Right.
chance to laugh. It's a chance to feel some sort of normalcy this 2021. So hopefully everyone's doing well. And thank you.
And what's your advice for everyone to still continue with their resilience, but at the same time not being complacent also about things? Because sometimes when you glamorize resilience, right, it's also a
Mm,
bad thing. Any advice
mm,
for, just if 2020 was the year we all survived, hopefully
mm.
this year is when we all thrive. Any words of advice based on your own realizations?
Yeah. Let's see. Again, the thing that the biggest currency we have now is everyone's equalizers. We have time, so make use of that
Right.
time. It's either to create or to make memories or to self-reflect, to take care of yourself. That's really all we all have time now. So you can't tell me that you don't have time because there really is.
Right.
There's time now. There's time now. If you're still waking up time, then I think there's something that needs to be adjusted with the mindset or with your lifestyle because I think it's yeah. I don't want to sound. I don't. I hope I'm not sounding insensitive or tone, but I think yeah, we have more time now than we did pandemic. So make use of it. That's all I can say.
Right. Time is gold indeed, cliche as it may
Yeah.
sound. And I think time
Yeah.
is the new wealth more than money,
Yeah.
right?
It, it
Because
is.
we've
It is. I mean,
realized.
I we again, I don't want to talk about money in a sense because it's really hard. I mean, times were tough pre-pandemic. I can't imagine some people's situation now. Hopefully, we we take care of the ones that need help, and I hope everyone's needs are met. That way, we can talk about time and we can talk about in the same uh, standard that or general sense of you know uh, I think everyone deserves a chance to lead a decent life. So hopefully that's taken care of this year.
Right. If you want to greet your fans and followers, please go ahead.
Laging weird sa akin to, pero hi. Again, if anybody hasn't, if anybody's watching who wants to follow, I'm on Instagram and on Facebook. Instagram's at Benjamin Alves, and the few videos I do have on TikTok, it's under the same user. I have a verified page also on Facebook, which I'm trying to be active on. And if you guys have any questions about House of Roses, please go through me or at houseofroses.ph. And please follow what's my puppy? She's right here. She's hiding.
Yes, Nala.
Please
Nala, the
follow her
Instagram
page.
star.
Yeah.
Oh.
Please follow her page at o.mynala.
Oh, my
O.mynala.
Nala.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
O.mynala. Yeah.
Oh, look at her. So cute.
Yeah. Just some tricks. So yeah, she'll literally do anything for treats. So
Really? Like
yeah.
what? What are her tricks?
I have it on. She can do sit. She can do dance. She's learning sit pretty, but she has to get. I was told that she needs to get to be able to sit pretty really well. But she can do bang. She can do bang. She can shake.
Oh my
She
goodness.
knows a lot. She knows a lot. She knows a lot. She's very clever. So please
Bagay. Bagay
follow her so you
maging
can join her.
daddy.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Thank you so much, Ben and
Thank you.
Nala.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you so much, Mirza. Take care. Hopefully, we get to see each other
Yeah,
in person and in
right.
Boracay or
Definitely.
on Sunset. That'd be even better.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Take
All
care. Bye
right.
bye.
Bye.